Let me start with something that is very uncomfortable but very true. If your church media house cannot function very well the day one person is absent, then what you have is not a media house. What you have is a fragile arrangement that is waiting to break. Hello guys, my name is Daniel and you're welcome to my YouTube channel today. I'm a media consultant. I talk about everything media related. So if it is something you're very interested in, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn on the bell icon so that YouTube will notify you whenever I post a new video like this. I've seen some churches with very expensive equipment still struggling, and I've also seen some churches with very little equipment that are not up to standard but have very smooth media house. The difference is not talent, it's just structure. So in this video today, I'm going to be explaining in full details how to build a church media house from scratch the right way so it works consistently and grows over time. I'm splitting it into 4 sections, and if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you a bonus point, which is one of the most important things to know. So let's go. Section 1. What is really a church media house? A church media house is not a room filled with laptops and expensive cameras or people operating them. It's a system built to support the ministry through the media, and it has so many functions which I'll be listing out as we go on. One of the first functions is documentation. Moments in church are not supposed to live only in our memories, just like that was an amazing service. Oh my God, you know what happened in the service today? Moments like that, they are not just supposed to live in our memories. The job of the media is to document moments like this, just like sermons, testimonies, beautiful worship sessions, and so on. I call things like these records of spiritual history of a church. You get like the moments in worship, the moments in the sermon, those specific detailed moments that are spiritually uplifting. The second one is live broadcast, or I preferably call it live production. The church of the 21st century is no longer limited to the 4 walls of a geographical location. It now extends beyond, and the media aids in this. So I've seen some people that attend churches that are not in the same city where they live, but they are able to do that through the media. So the media helps in reaching people that are beyond the reach of the physical location where the church is found. The third function is content creation. So this is the aspect of the media where sermons preached in church are repurposed, reused in teachings, creating short videos for content online and on all of the church's social media accounts. This is one of the vital functions of the media unit in the church. The fourth very important work of the media house in church is archiving. So like I said before, documenting messages, because messages today can be used for teaching and lessons tomorrow, and the purpose of the media is to be able to do this freely without stress. It's the job of the media to have these messages saved and archived. The fifth job of the media is branding and credibility. Like it or not, the media quality you put out somehow speaks on the seriousness of the church. So if you want to have a good structure where people perceive your church to a particular image, I think it's the job of the media to do that, because it's what the media puts out there. That's how people see your church. Section 2, structure. Departments you must have in the media house for it to function well. Even if one person handles multiple roles, these departments must exist. I'm going to be listing their functions as I list them, so I make the video a bit shorter. You get? First department is live production. They control the camera, the switching. This department basically handles what anybody sees. This department also handles the scriptures people see online or people see in church as reference. If it happens to be that your church has an overflow, the camera angles, they get the rover cameras, they combine everything together and choose what the viewers or the audience sees, which is the live production department. This is their job, their major job. This is what they do. Department number 2 is the post-production department, which is very, very important. If you do all of this amazing service, have an amazing service, have all of this video, all of these rover cameras, and you don't have a unit that handles and brings everything together, catalogs them and puts them together for future use so that it will not be difficult for you to find each and every one of these things whenever you need them. So this department, post-production unit, handles all of this. They bring together everything that happened in church, which is the images that was taken on that service day, the messages. They compile it together and save it. They also handle the editing of the messages. Like I said earlier, messages after service that can be reused for teaching online that you can share on your social media platform. The post-production department handles this. This is their major job. They bring these messages, listen to them, or probably during service mark out places where they will be able to cut and get a particular message. Next department department is the graphics department. If it happens to be that you have a very large church, you wouldn't want to be looking for people outside to design flyers for you and give you better flyers for programs or something. I'm talking about here in Nigeria. I don't know if you're watching from outside Nigeria. Tell me in the comment section how you think your graphics department in church will be able to do this job as I'm explaining it. Graphics department here in Nigeria, basically, I know that their job is creating flyers, bringing quotes from the sermons that were shared during the service and reshare it on social media. This is the department that handles the design of those beautiful flyers you see some churches put out and designing of those social media quotes. The next department is the sound department. This is one of the underappreciated departments in church. I've seen so many churches that they have structured their church and their media house in a way where they don't see the sound department as a vital part of the service. Mind you, if you have a very bad sound, virtually everything I've listed that has to do with other departments in the media house might not function well, because if you don't have a good sound, you don't have good messages to cut and put out there. If it happens to be that you are a kind of church that puts out audio messages for people to buy, if you have bad sound, you won't be able to do that. If you want to put out cutouts and short videos you want to put out there on social media, if you don't have a good sound, you won't be able to do this. So the sound department is one of the vital parts of the department. And the last department, but it's not the least, this department is one of the most important in the media. If you don't have this, every other thing I've listed is almost as irrelevant as said. This department is the media administrative department. They are the ones responsible to document every single equipment the media owns. If you don't have a media administrative department, accountability will be very difficult because you will not have anybody to hold responsible when it has to do with media equipment and management of the media, because media administrative department is like the management arm inside the media. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Section 3, equipment. Worthy of note, you don't buy equipment because of the way they make you feel, like you want to answer someone that owns equipment like this, or you feel you have enough resources that you can lavish on any equipment you want. You buy equipment specifically because you need them and for what they are going to do for you. So you don't go wasting money. It happens to be that those equipment will not be used to their full potential. So don't buy equipment because of they make you feel a certain way. Buy equipment because you need them. I'm going to be listing equipment each of the departments I have previously mentioned would need to function better, because all of these departments, they don't just function without having tools and equipment to work with. The live production department, they require a stable camera. If you're running a DSLR system of cameras or you're running a HD system of cameras, they will need a very good DSLR camera or a HD camera. They would also need a very good video switcher. Remember, I previously said that they are the ones that brings every camera together, compiles them, and sends out what they want the audience or the viewers online to see. They would also need a stable tripod for the still cameras. If it happens to be that you have so many rubber cameras, they would also need a good gimbal, and they would also need an encoder. There are two types of encoder out there. There are software encoders and hardware encoders. I'm going to be leaving the software encoder and the hardware encoder here on the screen so you'll be able to see different options. And mind you, while investing in equipment, you're supposed to be knowing the specific type of equipment you need. The post-production department requires a very good laptop. If you are not able to edit with efficiency after service, you would have a very laggy post-production department. So they need a very good functioning stable laptop to work with. They also need external hard drive as many as possible, because you don't want some memories in church missing just because there's not enough space to occupy those memories. And if you have enough resources to go around, I think you should option in for a cloud storage too, because it's kind of better. So you'll be able to access your stored files anywhere you want to access them from. Get a hard drive, and if you have the resources enough to do that, also get a cloud storage. The audio department needs beautifully managed good microphones. They also need a good audio interface or a mixer. If it happens to be that you're running a system where you would need to get audio messages after the service, like you sell your audio messages or you put it out there for people to download on your website. Having good equipment will determine the quality of audio you put out, because if you don't have a good sound, bad sound will ruin everything I've previously mentioned, because it has something to do with virtually almost all of the departments in the media. Section 4. This section is about human structure. In the media, you need a media head, which is the number one. This is someone that understands the structures and how the systems of the media work. This person must not be a professional. If it happens to be that you have options to opt in for a professional for this role, it's beautiful. But if you don't have the luxury of getting a professional for this role, which is also good, but you need a media head. You need a technical lead. I mostly advise as a consultant to get a professional to occupy this role, because majority of the times the decisions the technical head or lead makes affects production in a certain magnitude. So you need someone that has a deeper understanding on how equipment work and how to make better decisions out of experience. So this specific role, the technical lead, you need a professional. You also need an operator. You can opt in for a professional for this role, or you can go for a volunteer. But specifically, an operator is someone that can be able to be on ground to do the needed work. So if you don't have the opportunity to get a professional, you can work with a volunteer, in as much as you educate and train them on how to operate those equipments that they are going to be handling. The last but not the least is the trainee. This is where you can have as many people as possible. The trainees are basically the body of the unit. They are mostly the ones that are higher in number, because they are plenty. They are volunteers, everybody wants to be in the media. If you have the opportunity to get good people and train them well, you would have very good active media, because they are more in number. In all of this human structure I have previously mentioned, what you have noticed is that one person can handle two roles temporarily, not permanently. So you are supposed to have multiple options for every role in the media, except those administrative roles like the media head and the technical lead. Don't know if you get what I'm saying. Remember what I said earlier on when this video started. So no role should depend on one person permanently to function. Remember I told you that if you stay till the end of the video, I have the last most important section of this video. In the whole of building a functioning media house for a church, this is very important, which is section 5. Here are the common failures that occurs when setting up a media house. You buy before you plan. If it happens to be that you're trying to set up a media house for a church and you happen to be buying equipment before setting up the unit, this is one of the most important reasons why so many media departments are not successful. Because if you plan before buying equipment, you'll be able to buy equipment specifically because of the reasons why you need them. But if you buy equipment before you plan, you will get to end up with equipment that has nothing to do with your planning or the structure of the media you're trying to build. The best way to work around this is plan the structure of the media you want to have before you buy any equipment. Preferably seek professional advice before you go ahead investing money in buying equipment, because media equipment are not cheap. It wouldn't be nice after investing all of these resources to buy equipment and it happens to be that some of the equipment you buy has nothing to do with your media production. If this video has helped you in any way understand church media structure and how to build a church media house better, or preferably giving you a better understanding on how a church media works, please like the video and subscribe too if you found value in the video, because your subscription helps me put out more videos like this. And tell me in the comment section one of the things that you have learned, and if you have implemented any of the points and any of the things I've said in this video, can you leave it in the comment section on the result and the response you got after implementing what I said. And also share this video with your church media team, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.